What's up guys, I'm JB and welcome to another special edition of skate park lessons here at the Manic headquarters. And today we're going to be teaching you guys how to make your own skateboard. So check it out.
Hey, what's up, dude?
What's up, John? Back at it, huh?
Yeah, just glossing up some boards.
Looks good, man.
Yeah, man. It's a little wet, obviously, but yeah. So, we making a board today or what?
Yeah, let's do it.
You need 7 veneers to make a classic 7-ply skate deck, 5 long grain and 2 cross grain. The long grain is needed to keep the board stiff and strong, and the cross grain is to help hold the concave. A standard 7-ply skate deck wood grain veneer layup goes as follows: long long, cross long cross, long long. You'll want to grab some polyvinyl acetate or PVA wood glue from a hardware store to glue the veneers together. Tight bond 2 or 3 will also do the trick. You can even find small batch veneer kits online with a quick internet search. You can use a paint roller or a glue spreader with a hopper, like we're using in this video, to apply the glue to the veneers. You want to make sure you get full and equal coverage of the glue on both sides of the veneers except for the top and bottom veneer, which will be left clean for the grip tape and the graphic. You don't want to leave any dry spots, and you also don't want to have any puddles. Make sure you try to work quick before the glue starts to set up and dry, as this can cause delamination between the veneers. Don't overglue because it can create glue pockets or bubbles in the deck. Excessive gluing can also lead to warping, twisting, and even splitting as the deck cures. You can press the deck using a hydraulic press as we show here, but you can also buy vacuum bag kits online which will work as well. Let the deck stay in the press for no less than 4 hours, but the longer it's in the press, the better.
And now we wait.
We are going to leave this stack in for 24 hours to ensure a solid press with good glue lines for a tight and secure bond. You can cut into the deck after 4 days or so, but we're going to let these sit and cure for a few weeks. The longer the cure time, the stronger and stiffer the deck will be. Make sure you let the decks cure in a room that's preferably room temperature with minimal humidity. Once the deck has finished curing, it's time to cut and shape it.
First, we design a paper half template based on what the rider is looking for. We do a half template so that when we trace it onto the wood, it's symmetrical. Then we draw a center line on a piece of 1/2 inch flat wood and trace the template. Then we cut out that template using the bandsaw. You may also use a jigsaw for this. After that's done, we sand to the pencil line. and measure from the center to the edge of the template to make sure everything is centered.
Now there's going to be like a little bit of pencil variable because when I flip it, I might have it too far this way or too far that way, but if the ghost lines line up, you know that it's on. Dead on.
Dead on.
Boom! Alright, so hand me that board, we'll fill out some holes. Let's find the nose and the tail. The nose is always longer, and it usually cups up.
After we have a template, we drill the truck holes on the deck and fasten it to the template.
Wing nuts for like $1, so I can do this quicker. A little piece of cardboard, so I don't dent my board. Come over here, you get your router template. Put 2 screws through here. Here so screws don't fall out. Tail, nose. Tail, nose. Just line up these holes. Line up these holes. And then kind of finesse it on. There we go. Buy more stuff.
You don't have to use a router template if you do not have a router table. You can always use a paper half template on an uncut deck. Trace, cut with a jigsaw, and sand to the pencil line using a hand sander. Once the deck is fastened to the router template, we trim the excess wood to around 1/8 of an inch to the template so that the router doesn't have to work so hard when shaping on the router table.
This is a flat template, again made out of CDX. I set my bearing level to 1/2 inch because this is 1/2 inch CDX. See how it rolls? It doesn't get cut. It cuts everything above it, which is that board we clamp to it, so it follows whatever you do with it. My wife was going to throw out this fish tank stand. Get a stand, put some piece of 2x4, spray paint it black, had some plexiglass laying around the yard, drilled that down, drilled a hole. Went to the hardware store, bought a router, got this bid online for like $14. And this is what you can do with it. Here comes the noise. So this is a prototype shape for Josh. So there you go, that's what it looks like after you've done all that routing.
Just flat edge. After we shape the deck to the template using the router table, we hand route the deck with a round over bit to take down the additional material. We do this so that you don't have to sand too much. If you don't have a hand router, some rough grit sandpaper on a palm sander can be used to get that nice round edge.
The goal for me at least is to just knock down some material so I'm not spending as much time on the drum sander.
Once we've cleaned up the edge on a drum sander, it's time for finish sanding on the surface of the deck. We use a 220 grit attached to the palm sander for a nice smooth finish. After that is done, we go around the entire deck with some 400 grit sandpaper by hand to really clean things up. And we check by hand feel. This is the final sanding step. Once we have a board that's finished sanded, we gloss it with multiple coats of lacquer. It's good to lightly sand the lacquer deck between coats with some 400 through 800 grit sandpaper with a few light swipes. This not only smooths the finish, it will give a really shiny gloss. Once your deck is glossed, it's time to apply the graphics. You can use spray paint, permanent markers, paint pens, stencils, or screen printing.
Make sure we got the nose, that's the nose. Just screen print ink, just use t-shirt ink, water-based, so it air dries. Gonna mix up the ink a little bit, loosen it up. So let's do a test pull on a piece of paper. Make sure that we got this going good. So get some ink on the squeegee. This is called flooding the screen. We're gonna pass ink over it. Put a lot of pressure and pull. Now let's see what the print looks like on paper.
Once the graphic is dry, we can hit it with another light coat or 2 coats of gloss to seal the graphic. Once dry, the board is ready to grip and rip. Hey, thanks for watching another special edition of Skate Park Lessons right here at the Manic Skates headquarters. I hope this inspires some of you guys to make your own skateboards at home. Remember to click that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video with your friends so you guys can learn. Thanks again.